Is it recording?
Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you, Patrick. Patrick, this is Observe What Is. This is on the institution of marriage.
Yes.
And I'm going to just give me your name, your age, are you married, your occupation, and a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Okay, my name is Patrick Khumalo, currently 34 years of age, not working at the moment, and not married yet. Yeah, I'm a very open
You
person.
studying?
Yes, I'm studying production management at one of the business colleges here in Debs. And
Okay.
yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Patrick. You're not married?
Yes.
Are you happy being single? Do you want to...
Currently, no, I'm not happy now.
You want to be married?
I want to be married, but resources are not enough.
The finances?
Yes.
Are humans supposed to marry?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
In your culture, as an African person, do you guys do you believe in marriage? Is it a Christian thing? Is it just, how does that work?
It's an institution, marriage itself. It's an institution of good behavior and responsible behavior in life.
You know why I'm asking you this, and I know I'm delving a little bit. I know that in the past, and I'm talking about where your history. A lot of African men had lots of wives, and even some people today. Is this from your culture, or have you now formed a new with society has now changed you, or how do you feel about all that?
I don't have a problem with polygamy, for as long as it's done in a correct manner, because there is a way of doing it.
Explain this to me.
Yes. Polygamy, you have to take the first wife as the queen. When you are planning to take a second wife, you've got to negotiate with the queen first, and the queen has to give blessings to that second wife, and so on. You can take as many wives as you can, depending on how stable in terms of resources.
Do you guys still do that today?
Yes.
Is it? But it's legal. Is it legally legal?
It's
is it legal in the government?
Yes.
You can marry more than one person.
Yes, it's legal.
Okay.
Yes, customary law. Yes, it's legal.
So as a person of say another color, so could I as a white have lots of marriages? Is it legal? Could I also apply for customary law on that? I'm just asking.
I think it depends on you. It's illegal.
It's legal
in South Africa. Yes, it's legal.
How do you feel about it? Do you want lots of wives?
Personally, no, I don't.
What makes you different? With your mom and dad, did they have? Your mom and dad was just one.
Yes, my father didn't have, but my father's father, which is my grand. Yes, she had 4 wives, 4 gogos. We will call them gogos.
And your dad didn't want more wives?
No,
was he against that, or was
no? He wasn't against that, and but he had a lot of girlfriends during his
while he was married,
growing up, and eventually he chose one and married my mom.
Okay. Did he have any girlfriends while he was married?
No.
Okay. Do you plan? Obviously now you've formed. What made you? Why do you only want one wife? If your culture has a lot to do with, maybe there are some of you that have lots of wives. For you, what is personal about just having one wife?
It's not actually that the culture forces you to have as many wives as you like. It's optional.
It's optional.
Yes.
And why is it optional for you? Why
to have one?
Yes. Why do you?
I think I want to lead a good life. I want to take care of my wife and treat her as a queen. And resources, yeah. And personally, when you weigh the pros and cons of polygamy, I don't think it will be a right thing for me.
It would be a right thing for you.
No.
Okay. And now tell me, in when you have a few wives, you do treat them equally.
Yes.
You do treat. Now the wives are women today, the new generation of women today. Are they happy about being one of 10 wives? Would they be happy with it?
Out of 10, especially on the young ladies, maybe 2 they will go with.
Would they go with that?
Yes, only 2. The rest won't, because people now have gone selfish. Because when you are in a polygamy, you are in an institution of sharing. There's no secret. whatever little you have to share. And,
So,
yes.
So in a sense, maybe, can a woman have many husbands?
No, it's not allowed.
It's not allowed.
It's not allowed. It's treated as something very bad. Something very
there's
bad.
there's no cultural. So
There's
a person
no
legally
culture.
can't. A woman can't legally go and take 5 husbands.
No.
But a man can.
A man can.
Isn't that selfish? Isn't that
I think
selfish?
it stems from the origin of the earth and humankind.
Men are in charge.
Men are in charge.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. It's not that we are suppressing the female people. Yeah, but it's the way it's been from Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, where yes, it's all.
And women don't find that bad. I mean, according to your as a man, women don't worry about that type of law. They don't seem to be upset about it. They can't take 5 husbands.
No, but yeah, it happens secretly.
Does it happen secretly?
It does, especially in African communities.
Does it happen?
Yeah, and it's a shame. It's a shame.
What actually happens there? The woman goes and takes a few husbands or a few boyfriends. Or boyfriends.
Yeah.
They can't marry them.
Yes, they can't marry them, but it's joining with all of them. Yeah.
Okay, now I wanted to ask you something else. And this gets back to my question. Can a person, and I'm thinking of polygamy. I mean, I'm thinking of what you're talking about, and I ask a lot of people this. I always ask them, can you be in love with 2 people at the same time? And you can.
When you are a man.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Yes,
polygamy is when you have 5 wives and you equally love them.
Love them. Yes.
So you can be in love with 2 people.
You can be in love with 2 or 3 or even more than 5.
At the same time.
At the same
obviously
time.
Love them.
For as long as you are responsible to them, because that's the main thing, and you're not gonna secrets amongst them. When you talk, you call all of them and you talk to them at once. There's no individual,
Yes.
In that way, polygamy is good. That is how it was practiced and managed.
All right. Yes. So a person can be in love now. In terms of your culture and where you, the person that has all these, what is their role? What is the woman's role and the man's role? And you know when you get married, and I know in a Christian marriage you say this about, but I've met a lot of people that have 2 kinds of weddings. They have a traditional wedding and
a white wedding.
And a white wedding.
Yes.
Is that what's going to happen to you?
Recently, yes, it's the way our society has adopted to combine the traditional with the white wedding because of the way we live now, and there is nothing wrong with that.
Is there nothing wrong with it?
Yes.
And your traditional wedding. This is with lobola.
You pay ilobolo.
Can you explain all that?
Yes. Ilobolo is it's not a price you pay to get that woman. It's actually a show of love to the family of that woman, because originally ilobolo wasn't 11 cows. You could pay whatever you can afford.
Okay.
Yes.
So you could pay, and it wasn't 11 cows. Today it's 11 cows.
Yes, because of the apartheid system, and yes, they changed it to 11 cows.
But
originally it wasn't. Whatever you could afford,
you could pay.
You could give it to the...
And you would give it to the parents?
Yes.
And what would they give you? Nothing?
They will give you the daughter, and when the marriage takes place, actually, they will also exchange, there will be an exchange of gifts.
They will also bring in exchange.
Yes.
And you go in traditional... I've seen they have sometimes practice stick fighting.
Stick fighting.
Is that in the Zulu culture?
Yes, it's in a Zulu culture, and we wear the traditional skin wear, and yeah.
Is that what's going to happen to you? Are you doing that?
I will go that way.
You will go that way?
I will go that way.
And so you're trying to get the 11 cows?
I've got 11 cows.
Okay, you got them.
Yeah. I've paid some of the lobola to my wife's parents.
Yeah.
It's only that now the actual wedding ceremony has to take place in a good place. And
I want to get back to this polygamy story, and I just wanted to ask you, tell me something today. Is this falling away? or is it in getting more? Are more of your culture, your people, taking on more wives, or is it falling away? Is it a generation that's going?
No, it's very few now.
It's
very
fewer
few.
than it
Yeah,
used to
it's
be.
fewer. Yeah, it's like it's cascading down.
Are you happy with that? Is that all right? I mean, as a person, I know you want one wife, but I mean, you think that's the good way to go?
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried that one day it will just disappear, and yeah, because it's a long held tradition and it's been working for generations and generations.
Now
it's only the wealthy now who can afford the polygamy.
Because the women don't work, do they?
Yeah.
Now, because I see President Zuma has a few wives.
Yeah, I think five or four.
And that's all right. I mean, that's his tradition.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong.
He loves his wives. He takes care of them. Yeah.
And now, in terms of, I mean, does he share it equally with sex and love and all this? Do they have times that they come and see him? Is there a more important wife than and a less important one, or
that is personal to him? But what can I say? Yes. There is no first or second in terms of rank. Okay. They are all equal.
They are all equal.
Yes.
They all
even the first wife, even though she is called the queen. She is equal to everyone in terms of yes.
And they wouldn't fight with each other, jealousy.
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, you find the third wife or the second wife is trying to overthrow the first one.
Now, is it better to be? Is it better? Is it better to be single and just have lots of girlfriends, or is it better to actually have one wife eventually and live forever?
I think.
Can a person be happy that way?
I don't think one can be happy by having so many girlfriends, because at girlfriend stage there is nothing concrete that one can rely on in terms of paying lobola, in terms of trust.
Okay.
Yes, that's where it goes wrong.
Now my question to you is, what about these people? Say if you marry the wrong girl, you don't know now, but say now you marry her in 20 years and you're not happy. She's done some things that you don't like, or she's a different person, or you've changed. Is it okay to divorce? Do you divorce in your culture?
In our culture, divorce is a shame, because at a girlfriend stage, or in our culture, you have to consult with the girlfriend's family, and they will consult with the man's family to get a real picture, to get the real colors of the girl before it comes to marriage, to avoid divorce.
But can it happen? Does it happen?
It does seldomly happen.
But it's seldom in your culture. Is it seldom?
It's a shame.
It's a big shame.
It's a big shame. Very big shame.
So most times what happens is the man and wife lives forever then, unhappy. They don't want the shame of divorce, so they just live together, pretend they're married. Is that what happens?
I don't think it happens that way, because most of our mothers are very happy at wedding. It's only few, and then maybe the husband will change a lifestyle. You find some older people, men, joling with the small ladies.
Girls, yes.
Yeah, and that is what causes.
Would they be doing it because they're not happy, or is it sex?
Most of them are doing it because they have too much money.
Too much money.
Resources, yes.
So they have an option to do it. So they think they still love their wives?
And yeah, but it's bad.
And you would say that in your culture that most people are happily married.
Yes, I would say so.
It's not like in the whites or whatever where they're very unhappy. Why would you say that other cultures are not as maybe there's such a thing about marriage for them, they're not so happy? But what is the secret to your cultures, well, the way you treat marriage?
First of all, we have to respect marriage. I have to behave myself at a younger stage. So when I get a girlfriend, and she will know I'm a good person, I'm a right man for her. Vice versa, I've got to know that the lady is a well-behaving lady, and she is a right woman for me. We do that through the family consultations.
So you're careful about marriage. Yes, you're very careful. You don't just marry.
No, you don't just take a lady, let's go marry. It's a
Okay.
process.
It's a longer process.
It's a long process.
And that's probably why
Yes.
you're much happier in your marriages.
That's exactly. Yeah, because if you rush, let's say I get a girlfriend today and then we go to our parents, oh, we're getting married,
you see it,
without those consultation
yes,
within the family, problems will erupt later,
you
and
see
then
it,
you find
you
the
see it in
divorce.
other cultures. They get married in 1 month.
Yeah,
They don't even worry about it.
It's not a fast. It's
well,
a
that's
series
very
of
interesting.
actions, and yeah, to build that trust. Whenever there is a problem, both families can meet and solve that problem. That's how it's supposed to be.
Before we finish up here, your thoughts on adultery? Say if you married to your wife and then you go have sex with another woman, is that good?
I bet.
And if your wife does it, also bad?
It's bad, and she has to pay a price, a charge for that.
Would you explain that to me? But is that all she has to pay? She just has to pay a cow, then she's free.
Yes, so because there is no jail term for that one.
But there's no like sending her away from the community or
no.
So she has to pay a cow.
She has to pay a cow, and that cow will be slaughtered, and she has to take the gall, the gall inside, and go and bath outside.
Wow.
And then we will burn the incense and tell the ancestors that she has done.
Now, what happens to the person that she did it with?
Same. He must do it that
side. Will they go catch him and string him up? Or?
Sometimes they kill him,
yes,
which is
so
bad.
He's got to be careful.
But for a woman, no. That is how we rectify that mistake.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. We're at the end now. We're finished now. Can you give me any other thoughts on marriage? Do you want to share with the viewers? Tips and advice.
Yes. On marriage, I think marriage is a good thing. It's meant for the people who are trusting to each other, and it must be treated with respect because it comes through God. I understand not everyone will get married, males and female, but when you are lucky, because we regard marriage as a blessing from God, because that's where we create generations through the marriage. So we must respect it, and you must have a respect for your wife, you must have a respect for your husband, and take care of her as if there is no other woman in the world. And that is all I can say.
Wonderful.
Whatever problems, sit down and talk and walk through.
Thank you, Patrick. This is Observe What Is. Thank you, Patrick. Just hit the red button there so the button is on.